well, I know you brought up when you look me in the eyes is like important to you. And I was like, no, you wouldn't. Really, bro? Come on, man.
I love that.
For Jonas Brothers lore, it was so sick.
It's the new hit list on 102.7 Kiss FM. I'm Kayla, and I have Teddy Swims with me today. Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you doing?
Couldn't be better.
Okay, so I have to start with the Michael Jackson movie because 6 years ago you did a Michael Jackson cover.
Yeah.
Blew up. One of the best I've ever heard.
Well, thank you.
So did you see the movie?
No, I haven't got to see it. I haven't. We've been on nonstop go, so I haven't been able to make it to the theaters, but I plan on it. I've been hearing a lot of mixed reviews about it, but I mean, to be honest, if I could just see Jafar doing a moonwalk, I'll be stoked. I don't care what else. I don't care what else other content there is in the movie. If the music's there and his nephew's in it, I mean, it can't be bad.
Listen,
right?
Nobody else can play that role but him.
Yeah.
They look the exact same, dance the exact same.
Yeah. It looks awesome, though, in my opinion.
Well, when you see it, I want to know your reaction because I know that you are a fan.
Did you see it?
I haven't seen it either.
Oh, okay.
I've just seen the clips, but I got to see it soon.
It looks great.
Yeah. But I know that you have been super busy. New song, just did 2 festivals, tour starting soon.
Yeah.
Is your life right now everything that you had hoped for?
Yeah. What's the saying? They said, what a blessing to be overwhelmed by the life you once prayed for. You know what I mean? So it's equally as beautiful as it is exhausting and all the good things in between.
Yeah. You did Stagecoach, Coachella.
Yeah.
And I saw that on the way to Stagecoach, you got a tattoo in the van.
Yeah, we did a little moving tattoo. I thought it'd be funny. My friend Lauren Windsor, she's really sweet.
So what is that? How many does that bring you to? Can you even know?
I would say maybe I'm like 90% covered bodily wise,
gosh.
but I am, still like some things I got to finish, some pieces that are like, I'm all on the like awful spots, like the ditches to the back of my knees, like the stuff like that, where it's just like, why did I wait to do this?
Yeah. But do you have any specific ones that mean the most to you?
Yeah, a lot of, I have one of them of my best pal, Derek, on my leg. He was a tattoo artist and did a lot of my work when I first kind of started getting tattooed, and he was kind of afraid to do like portraits. So I was like, well, why don't you do a portrait of yourself on me, and then you'll see that you're good and you're not going to make yourself look stupid on your best buddy. So, then he killed it. And then sooner after that, he did this Dave Chappelle piece on me and looks, great. So I love that. He did it.
I love that. That's the way that you express yourself. It's amazing. So your performance at Coachella was absolutely mesmerizing.
Thank you.
I have to say that was amazing. Congratulations. From our point of view, it was just amazing. So what was it like from your point of view being up on there?
Oh,
that
it was
stage?
so cool, and so many things were so like, I guess like serendipitously like last minute, like we were rehearsing next to David Lee Roth. So that was just like awesome for him to just want to come up and do Jump with me and Vanessa Carlton and we had Joe Jonas and I got to do When You Look Me in the Eyes by him and sing Nick's part. So it was like, I was so excited that he because I was telling him a couple years prior I met him. He came to a show of ours in like London, and I was telling him like I came to their show. This was like when Camp Rock was out, because Demi was opening up for them, when this was like I was maybe 15 and I saw them doing that song, and I was like, that was me and my first girlfriend's like love song, So when I was asking him to come up and do Coachella with us, because he was happened to be there, he was like, well, I know you brought up When You Look Me in the Eyes is like important to you, and I was like, no, you wouldn't. Really, bro? Come on, man.
I love that.
For Jonas Brothers lore, it was so sick. I had so much fun.
I mean, each guest that you brought out kind of unlocked a core memory for me from Joe Jonas. I mean, Vanessa Carlton, you guys singing 1,000 Miles.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody expected that. How did you get her to come? Like, did you reach out to her?
Yeah,
did she reach out to you?
Yeah, we reached out, and she was so, gracious and came did. And I've been texting her like, so much lately. We've gotten so close. She's like the coolest lady in the world. She's so sweet.
Oh my gosh.
Just all she cares about is her little garden at home, She's like, I don't really do nothing but tend to my garden and then go do my shows when I want to. But other than that, boy, I'm at home in my garden.
Wow. So it was a big deal for her to come out and do Coachella.
Yeah, she's so vetted in the game now, She's just like, I make it look however I want it, and then I just stay in my garden.
I love that.
That's so kick-ass.
Oh my gosh. And then on that stage with you, you had your band Freak Freely.
Yeah.
And I love that you are constantly talking about them. You're constantly acknowledging them in your
boys,
interviews because those are the people that started with you, right?
Yeah.
So what is it like being up there on that stage with them, sharing moments with them, and they were there from the beginning?
It's it's the best thing in the world. I mean, I had the best job with the best people I know, and they're so talented. And I mean, those are some of the guys I wouldn't say I never get sick of those guys because we always do.
Best friends always get sick of each other.
But I've been, it's always like I've been like maybe 2 days away from those guys now, and I'm like, hey man, miss you guys.
Aww.
But at least it's nice sometimes to have a little time to get sick of them, but also miss them. Those are my best pals, man. I tell you what, no matter what on this journey of this rocket ship we're on, that like. No matter how much the world and everything in our lives change, we just never do, and they'll be very fast to humble you, no matter how fast. Just like your good friends will.
Yeah.
They don't let you vibe with anything. So.
But you need that, right?
Yeah.
Keep you grounded.
They'll tell you suck. What I mean?
I love that. I mean, humble beginnings with your best friends.
That's right.
So, what are some of the things that they've seen you overcome to get to where you are that us as fans probably wouldn't even know?
I mean, I've gone from like nothing, living in my car to working just dead end after dead end job to, roommates that are now roommates or just living on a mattress in my sunroom with nothing but a piano. So it's like, I mean, those dudes floated me cash when I was trying to make this work. We were all living in a house together, like those. It was a 5-bedroom house in Snellville, Georgia. We had like put plyboard walls up and built like 8. It turned into an 8-bedroom house. We built 2 studios in there, and we spent like a year just trying to, which was kind of weird timing for us because it ended up being a really perfect situation since it was like, like 12 of us in this house during the pandemic. We were all kind of quarantined together. So when people couldn't really do like, anything, we had all the ways we were distributing our merch out of the garage of it. And so we were all in a perfect place to like, we can film, we can record, we can make the video and, make the merch and, do all the covers and stuff and write while everybody was kind of in a no working way. So I think that ended up being like such a blessing in disguise for us of how to get where we are now.
Yeah. You used to do street performances and you still do it to this day, which amazes me. I mean, you've performed on some of the biggest stages, and I just saw you in New Orleans singing Lose Control with a local.
Jordan Blue's a man. He's a sweet kid, too.
Oh, my God. It's like this stripped-down performance style. Did you just still feel like that's just will always be a part of you?
I think the biggest thing is the bigger stages we get to with doing shows, there's so much like, which is awesome, but there's so much like lights and productions and explosions and all this like and you gotta like wear the ears and you got the click in your ear, and if you like mess up the verse, it's that song's going on without you know what I mean? So it's
over.
like so you gotta like so I think it's always fun to like play live shows and it still be as spontaneous and live music can still be as fun and just like off the cuff as it's supposed to be, and so I always try to make sure that we get to do those intimate little things and 100 people gather around and we're just singing to a karaoke track on YouTube or whatever it may be. It's just nice to keep it spontaneous and live music.
Yeah. Have you learned something by doing those street performances, those intimate performances that maybe you can't learn on a big stage?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you mess up, you're kind of cooked. You know what I mean? We with Jordan Blue, I usually nail this note, and then we were just doing Crazy by Gnarls Barkley. I'm sure somebody's probably got a video of it. I go for this chorus and I said, that one got away from me, girls.
Let me run that back.
And that's it, man. He goes, yeah, bro. I said, I don't know, bro. I hope nobody just cuts that and makes me look crazy. I was like, I swear to God, I could sing, y'all. But I mean, it's so exposing, and I think that's the beauty of it is it's so much more human. So you have to kind of roll with the punches on that versus it being so cleaned up and organized in your show, and even at a big show, I can always go like this. And if I'm like, I don't know if I got that note right now. So, but if it's just me on a microphone and a karaoke track, I'm cooked, you know, and you just kind of fall on your face and get back up.
Okay. And you never get tired of performing Lose Control, huh?
I mean, you know, I wouldn't say I get tired of performing it, no, because I think it's such a wonderful thing to perform and everybody loves it, you know. Mm-hmm. So, but I definitely get tired of hearing it, you know what I mean? But, like, there's always another performance of it, and then, like, it's always over listening back to it, and I'm like, can you turn the song off? But I am so grateful for what it's done in my life, and I do love the song. It's a remarkable tune, but I just...
It's on the radio. It's on TikTok. Yeah. You're singing it. I mean, we all get tired of our own voice. Yeah, sometimes.
Exactly. Yeah, you get it. Then,
I'm sure if you heard so many like renditions of it, right?
Yeah, so that makes it awesome. Well, I love hearing somebody else sing it too. That'll never get old.
It's beautiful how the song has touched so many people. So, is there one that you can think of that's like the rendition of it was just so beautiful, it stayed with you and was probably like the most memorable, whether it was a fan who sang it or somebody that you admire in the industry?
You know, I might say there was when forever ago when we were doing the, like, you know, the, what is it called? The open verse challenge bits, you know what I mean? There was like, you know, on the TikTok, you can do the open verse challenge. Uh-huh. Somebody writes their verses or whatever to it. And there was a couple that really hit me, but this one guy I was obsessed with, Spencer Sutherland. He's got just a freaking heck of a voice. Sorry, and I don't know. I love that dude, and I've heard a lot of good versions of it. There was, I can't remember the guy's name, but he did like a Spanish version of Lose Control too, and I wish I remembered his name because now I can't even just give him his flowers, you know. But it was beautiful.
Oh my gosh! Well, Spencer Sutherland, I love personally so much. The voice is
nature,
incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, let's get into Mr. Knowit All.
Okay.
The most recent song. So it's a song about, you know, self-sabotage in a way, and then using that as a defense mechanism. So when you were writing it, did you realize that this was about self-protection?
Yeah. Well, I got really like Steve Merton had this. It's like a, you know, the prophet's dilemma, where, you know, basically it's like self-defeating versus self-fulfilling prophecy, and you know, like on one end, like the self-defeating prophecy is this bit of, you know, if you do nothing, you know, maybe that's why this thing falls apart. Or self-fulfilling prophecy is pretty much like every episode of That's So Raven, you know, where she sees something in the future and then she tries to do everything and double down to make sure it doesn't happen. But because of those actions, it's why it also happened. So I thought I've been on both sides of the spectrum of that in love, where I've tried so hard to like protect something and keep something from falling apart that maybe it is the reason why. And then also like never fully giving myself to it as well. And that being the reason why it fell apart. And so I just kind of was obsessed with that, you know, that prophet's dilemma thing, and was like, this would be a cool kind of concept for a tune. And
when you were writing it, was there a specific lyric that came first that kind of unlocked the whole song, or was it the melody
Mr.
first?
Knowit All bit came first, because I know we had kind of just like it was one of those tunes where we had built the tune that we wanted to hear, you know, made the kind of world and the instrumental of it, and mumbled a bunch of things into it, and it was like, all right, so this is the song itself with just a bunch of melodies and a bunch of things on it. And I was like, this is the song I want to hear. So like, how do we just like fill in the gaps with words and not mess this up, you know? And so luckily we mailed it. But I think, I come up with the idea of Mr. Knowit All, and originally it was like, you know, out of all the names you call me, you only got it right with Mr. Knowit All or something. But then, you know, we had this idea of maybe it's I see the future coming bit. And so then we filled around. Yeah. I based off of That's So Raven. Yeah.
Okay. So you said that this song is kind of like the final piece in the I've Tried Everything But Therapy universe, right? Which is all about heartbreak, growth, healing. So when you think of the stories that you want to tell next after this chapter is closed, do you think the tone will change?
Yeah, I think I'm in a kind of place right now where there's a lot going on with you know, to be just candid, like a lot going on with my mother, my son's mother, you know. So there's a little bit of heartbreak going on in there, and you know, we're always in this whatever place we're in, you
Yeah.
know. So I think there's a lot of stuff that'll be, you know, kind of based off of that and where I am trying to get the balance of life and this career and love and being a father.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think it's a lot more trying to find balance in this, you know, next project or body of work.
In all of your music, I love that you wear your heart on your sleeve and you talk openly about heartbreak. You say the word. And a lot of men don't like to say the word, I'm heartbroken. Why is it important for you to say that word? And you say it a lot.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I just where I'm at, I guess. And
Yeah.
and I think it's important to be. I think vulnerability in my life has been like the most wonderful tool that I guess I don't know if I want to call it a tool, but I would say like it's been the best thing for me to be open and put it into an outlet and, you know, have people relate to that, and I feel less alone and have helped people feel less alone. And so I think it's been the most amazing thing in my life to, I guess, like a lot of ways I could thank heartbreak for.
Yeah.
It's done a lot for me, you know, so I can't be too upset about it or with it.
Yeah. What do you do to, I would not say get yourself out of it, but I feel like we all have that heartbreak routine. Like you cry about it. I go talk to my friends.
Yeah.
I isolate myself for a week and then I talk about it on my podcast. What helps you feel better?
It's the same thing, man. I'm lucky I have a lot of folks that I can lean on and a lot of writers that I write with that, you know, it's wonderful to be able to like go in the room and say, this is what's on my heart today. Help me put this into the right, you know, help me say this the right way. And I think that's the biggest thing is trying to find the right way to say it, because there's a weird balance where, you know, I've found in my life where you can use this outlet that you have to kind of let it out and then move on. But sometimes I get in this pattern of, like, if something's really weighing on me, I'll write it, but I'll write it 100 million times, you know, the same kind of thing. And now, like, the thing that was on my mind that I could have just got into my outlet and let it go and felt better, I've now, like, taken this little problem and written it a million times and kind of made it the most important thing in my life, you know? So there's a balance, too, of not, like, just staying on it too much.
Yeah.
So
that makes me think of something that I just saw you say to somebody else. You were talking about how when you're performing, you have a little bit of acting in there, right? Because you kind of have to go back to the place you were when you wrote the song, and the emotions come back up. So how do you ever move on if you have to sing the song that brings you back to that dark place all over again?
I think the beauty of it is it only lasts for 3 minutes, you know, and then
it would stay with me.
Yeah, and then you can step back and say, like, I'm so proud and happy that I got to the other side of that thing, and then it more becomes a celebration of getting through it than, like, you know, staying in that negativity.
Okay, so your tour starting soon.
Yeah,
it's called the Ugly Tour. Why did you decide to call it that?
Well, I think you know, I was really I might call the album, I'm still thinking, but I might call the album Ugly. I think it's just like a good, you know, I don't know, I just, like, you know, it's more I guess, like, I had this time in my life where and I still always, like, have to be it's kind of self-deprecating in a way that's meant to be funny, and I because there was so much times in my life years ago before I had started learning to love myself that I would always, like, not say it, like, say, like, so ugly, dude, you know, like, catch myself in just ugliness, like, oh, dude, what are you doing, you know? But now I try to, it's a reminder to myself to just tell myself I'm a beautiful person, you know? So it's kind
of you reclaiming the word.
Yeah.
It's a word that people avoid.
There you go. I love that. That's the way to do it.
Yeah. It's a word that people avoid, you know, and they try to hide from it, but this is you, like, kind of taking ownership of it and flipping it around.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Do you feel like naming it the Ugly Tour, is it an extension of your music? Because your music is about heartbreak and the messy situations that come from it. So is it, you know?
Yeah, because I think you know, what do they got, like, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
There you
this
go.
is kind of just the ugly bit of it. So yeah, just kind of the ugly bits of love here is what you're hearing, you know. So maybe it's to reflect that.
Okay. So what can we expect on the tour?
You know, we're gonna be. This is our first North American tour that's in arenas, so it's gonna be all big and cool. You know, we were going through some stuff yesterday, like the stage plotting and all the cool moments of it, and so it's meant to be really like, you know, bohemian and like, you know, cool. But I mean, it'll be us, you know, some new music, all the old favorite tunes, and me and my buddies still jamming and fire and stuff going on, you know, like just bigger and better than the last time.
Well, Teddy Swims, we are so excited. So excited to see you on the road. So excited for what's to come, especially getting a preview of this new Ugly album.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. We're excited for everything that you have coming up. But before I let you go, this is the new hit list, and we like to honor and spotlight new artists that a lot of people don't know about. So do you have somebody on your playlist that you have your eye on that you think deserves some love?
Man, I'm going to say he's actually out here. I'm hoping to get to see him today. But this guy, Mac Ayers, he's like one of my favorite singers in the world, and he's a great dude. So I mean, he's not new by any means, but he's not like massive right this moment. So, but I think he's incredible.
All right, check him out. Teddy Swims, thank you. It was so nice to meet you and talk to you. Thank you for opening up.
Of course.
All right, come back, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
It's the new hit list.